going on, everybody? Dr. Philip Fletcher. So we are in a neighborhood, and in every neighborhood, there is the potential for the expression of human capital. Human capital that is residing in men and women who have the potential to have occupations, to create an income as barbers, hairstylists, cosmetologists, referees, managers. But what happens when their very own government gets in the way and puts up obstacles that slows them down from getting these type of careers? We are going to discuss that today on Created in Freedom. So we're here at the hair shop, and the hair shop is an important place for Black Americans, male and female. At the hair shop or the barber shop, the hair shop is where ladies can come to get a perm, get a press, get braids, get that good sew in. For the fellas, is where they can get a fade, get a line, getting ready for the weekend. But at the hair shop as well is where religion is discussed, sports is discussed, family issues are discussed. Just a good time for a couple of hours where people gather together. But what's important also about the hair shop is that a man or a woman decided that they was going to move from their home where they were doing hair, where they were giving haircuts, and they was going to open up a business. But in order to open up this business, the government says, hey, you have to do this much schooling, you have to get these licenses, when they were doing these things already. And so let's go in and see what's going on in the shop. Keep recording. So what's occupational licensure? So some researchers, McMillan, Philpott, and Mitchell, they identify occupational licensure as when government comes in and they say, hey, these set of requirements need to be fulfilled in order for a person to enter into an occupation. The researchers go on to further say that this is done in order to protect the public from poor, low-quality work. Now, noted economist Walter Williams writes in his book, Race and Economics, that occupational licensure has the impact of preventing persons from entering into the workforce. Also, it drives prices up because competition is small. And also, it imposes a fixed number of persons who are allowed to basically compete in the job that they desire to be in.
Hi, my name is Adrian Mackey Talbert. I am the owner of Adrian's Ultimate Youth Salon, Conway, Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, and North Little Rock, Arkansas. The Conway Salon has been an establishment for 27 years. The North Little Rock Salon has been an establishment in business for 14, and I just opened up the third location in Little Rock. So in this field, in order to become a licensed professional, you have to go to school. Arkansas requires 1,500 hours, and you have to go to school. Well, first of all, you have to have a GED or a high school diploma. And then you go fill out the application. And then once you're in school, 1,500 clock hours. And then you take a test. I think it's a 2-part test. When I graduated 27 years ago, it was a 2-part test. And so you go take the written and then the practical. And you have to make I believe it's a 70 or above. And you take that, it's pass or fail, and hopefully your license will be in the mail after that. And then you I would suggest go around and check the different atmospheres, the environment of salons, look up, do research of the prominent, popular salons, and go around and check and see which one you fit in. Talk and try to see which one you can make your home.
A recent study said this about Arkansas, that it requires, on average, $246 in fees, 642 days of education experience, and about 1 exam. And so in a state such as Arkansas, which already wrestles with poverty, individuals who possess the skills to offer a service lose out on income And all taxpayers lose out on the opportunity to benefit from competition and therefore lower prices. And other studies have shown that this significantly impacts persons who are in poverty, non-white persons, ex-offenders, and immigrants. So, occupational licensure. How can we move more persons who are in poverty into occupations in which they can generate an income without government intervention? We've heard standing in this store from an entrepreneur who went through the steps, who put in the hours, who had to go through testing in order for her to open a store, and now it's in 3 locations, and that is a success story. But what about all the other men and women who are existing in our cities, who are even operating now on their doorsteps, in their kitchens, generating an income, but they're doing it because the opportunity for them to enter the marketplace is slowed down by educational requirements, fees, and licensure. We can acknowledge that specifically in the Black community, for instance, that men and women are doing this work in their kitchens, on their front porches, taking care of one another. They're generating an income. And so what would it look like if our planning commissions and boards were to step out of the way to take away these burdensome requirements that are preventing men and women from entering into the marketplace to generate an income? What would it look like if our government said, we will just focus on licensure that directly affects the physical health and well-being of men and women, like the medical profession? But in terms of cutting hair, doing nails, facials, refereeing, being a wrestler, those are opportunities, low barriers of entry for men and women who are in low income situations to increase their standard of living and ultimately improve their human flourishing. And so what does it mean to be created in freedom? To be created in freedom means that men and women have the freedom to take a skill, take that skill, transform it into a service, and take that service and generate an income. What does it mean to be created in freedom? It means that the government has stepped out of the way and just creates an opportunity where the citizens that live within that city, that county, that state, and that nation are free to generate an income, to interact with one another freely, because we can all make decisions on our own. What does it mean to be created in freedom? It means men and women having occupations, generating an income, free of intervention, so that they can flourish as human beings.